Well, my friends, I can't believe I'm saying this, and I really never thought that I would, but the tar grind might be one of the easiest grinds to do in the Hunter Call of the Wild now, and finally, it's to a point where the grind is easy enough to where I actually want to do it. At least I think it's going to be. And today, we're going to be setting up a tar grind with the brand new feeders, using a method that I've already constructed in my amazing brain that only works half the time, but for some reason works really well at this game, called the road method. So without further ado, guys, if you're ready to get a Great One Tahr in your lodge without having to set up at extremely thick feed zones and find all your feed zones and have an easy route for the tar grind like the boar grind now, drop a like down below. Let me know in the comments section, have you ever done the tar grind before, and are you going to do it now? Speaking of, there we go. Without further ado, guys, wasting no more of your time, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay guys, so obviously this grind is going to be done with the mineral lick feeders in the brand new feeder pack that just came out, and it's very similar to the boar how you're going to want to get set up for it. So as you guys just seen in that intro, there was a tar 215 meters that way, and what I'm doing right now is I have it set to right at the end of their drink time. There's about an in-game hour left, and I'm just running around and legitimately looking for any sign of a tar. This can be spotting one, tracks, vocalization, a feed zone, a rest zone, anything that indicates that tar have been in the area, because once you find a sign of a tar, it's almost guaranteed that the next day in-game at that exact same time, the AI's pathing will make them walk through the exact same area. So, once you find a sign of a tar, what you're going to want to do is place down a feeder, a mineral lick feeder obviously, within 400 meters of where you've seen that tar. As long as it's within a 400 meter circle, you'll be fine. Look at this, we got more tar down here that are probably also going to be attracted to this feeder because he's within 130 meters of it. As long as there's tar within a 400 meter radius of where you place your feeder, for sure, they're going to be attracted to it. They'll remember where it is and they'll go there over their normal feed zones. So literally, this makes customization amazing, because now what I can go do is place my tripod somewhere far enough away to where they're not going to spook when I run into it. I was thinking probably up here on top of this little hill thing, maybe like right on the edge of the woods, should be able to see down there. And then my tent 250 meters from the feeder so that way they don't spook when I spawn in. So I'll show you guys how to get set up right now on this one zone, and then after I get 8 of them set up, I'm going to try out the grind myself. And from that point, I'm probably going to start streaming this, dude. I'm pumped. This is my first time ever actually doing a tar grind. Okay, so I'm going to have to place my tripod really close here. What I'm going to have to do is once I get up to 150 meters from the zone, I'm going to have to start walking to avoid spooking them, because this is really close to the zone, but given the fact that this map is quite thick, this is what I have to work with. I haven't placed my tent yet. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. But the reason that I'm titling this the road method is because to find my zones, find those signs of tar, not necessarily finding my zones, just, you know, like I explained a minute ago, finding signs of tar, I'm literally just running these roads up here in this upper right-hand corner. As far out as this Hamal region here, I'm going to run this center road too, and as long as you have it set to about 1230, 1300, you're going to find tar in these areas as long as you're running the roads. And the roads are quick, and they're huge. There's tons of trails here in Central Baton. So you can probably find a zone here, maybe 300 meters later you find another zone, etc. I say finding zones, but you're literally just setting up when there's a sign of a tar. So, okay, there's my feeder right there. This tree might be an issue, but shot through a lot of trees in my time of playing the Hunter Call of the Wild, so I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, but I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run about 115 meters up the road and put my tent right on the road. Because of the fact that there's a massive mountain behind me, and yeah, placing a tent up there is not going to be an easy task. So I think the smartest thing to do here is drop a waypoint on the feeder, now run at least 250 meters in the opposite direction. Alright, I got my tent placed a little over 250 meters from the feeder so they won't spook when I spawn into the tent. There's where my tripod is, so I can just run up to the tripod. Probably going to stop running, maybe even crouch around here because of how close my tripod is to the feeder. The last thing that I could do is drop a tent on top of my feeder as a claim tent so I don't have to run from my tripod to the feeder to claim the kills. But there's really no point because it's literally like a 100-meter run. So this here is a setup zone. Now, you can only have 8 feeders on your map at any given time. So you're going to want to repeat this 7 other times on 7 other zones and 7 other locations. Again, to find the locations, you can literally pick where you want your feeder at, You just have to make sure that you've seen or heard a sign of a Himalayan tar within 400 meters of where you drop it at. So I'm going to repeat this 7 times. Like I said, just running these roads here at tar feed time, about 1300 is going to be your sweet spot. You can even jump around if you want. If you don't want to run all the way up there, you can even jump up to this outpost. Saves you time. I'll go ahead and toss a hotspot map on screen for you guys right now that'll show you all the locations you're going to want to run to look for signs of tar. You will not need to find any other feed zones. Usually with the feeders, your respawns will be extremely consistent. There's no reason why they shouldn't be consistent, but we are going to put that to the test today, and if I do end up having to find any feed zones just to increase my respawns, which I doubt we will, but anything's possible in this game, you're going to find out in this guide. So just stick around for a little bit. It's going to be a couple seconds for you, but might be a couple hours for me. I'm going to go finish getting my grind set up. I'm so excited. Okay guys, it only took me about an hour, hour and a half, but I think I got it. And my gosh, am I excited. It wasn't that bad. The only issue is, well, this one's got 26 bait remaining, so clearly that one's working. It's that first one we set up, I believe. This one has 76 bait remaining. I think they're working, guys. There might be like 1 or 2 that need to be moved because I wasn't entirely sure if I was within 400 meters of a tar, but I thought I heard a warning call or something. I think it was this one here I'm paranoid about. But I mean, even that one, 76 bait remaining. Let's go, dude. Now we're going to talk about what you need to be shooting. I'm going to show you guys my loadout all here once we start this rotation. Let me just main menu to get everything nice and refreshed. In the sense of, this is where you start before you get set up, this is what you need to do, and this is how to do it. This might be the most in-depth guide I've ever done, or at least the best example. Like I said, I gave you guys that example, I repeated it 7 times, and here I am. From this point, frankly, it's as simple as just starting shooting, but there's a couple other things I want to talk about that might help you guys out, and also, we need to check and see if our respawns are consistent. Let's start, guys. The first ever kill of the tar grind. I gotta reset my counter on my stream deck real quick. Okay, guys, well, for some reason, that 1300 time that I was setting it to wasn't working for me. There's a bunch of tar out here, so they literally feed 24/7. There's no wrong time to hunt them at. Have some trial and error with it. The 1300 time works for you, great. Try setting it to 10 a.m., try setting it to 7 a.m. There's a bunch of different feed times. You can even night hunt them if you're crazy, but I don't know if this is a solo. Oh no, this definitely isn't a solo zone. The zone just hasn't made it here yet. This is actually a huge zone. I'll shoot this one with a 7 mag real quick. That is if I didn't just spine it. I think 101 is their diamond and 108 was his max, so what is the off chance that the first diamond of the tar grind, or the first kill of the tar grind is a diamond? But I can tell you right now, this seems much more promising. This is the first zone I'm checking. The feeder is pretty much empty. And I checked all my feeders at that 1300 time, and pretty much the only thing that happened was I spooked a bunch of them. Okay, we got a 100.18 here. Absolutely rolled them with a 7 mag. Now, typically what I'm going to be using is the 300 to shoot all the common ones that aren't diamond potential, but level 4 tar make diamond quite a bit, so make sure you pay attention to that estimate. All your commons you can just shoot with the Arzina. It's going to be the most consistent for you. And in the sense of a loadout, that's literally all I'm bringing. So you're probably wondering at this point, what should you shoot from all of your zones? Well, this one has 78% bait remaining. Let's jump over there. If you're not going to herd manage, it's literally just as simple as copying what I did here. Don't copy my setup, obviously, because their zones are going to be in different places, but run around the hotspot map in the highlighted area. Look for signs of tar, set up within 400 meters. Place the feeder wherever you want, and start shooting males. If you're not going to herd manage, I would suggest that you always shoot the 2 males with the biggest estimate out of each feeder, because that's going to maximize your chances of getting big respawns, which will make it so that way when you spawn rare furs, the chances of them... Oh, look at this. Oh, these are blue sheep. What the... Maybe there isn't any tar here? Anyways, the chances of them coming back is a good-sized trophy male when you shoot the 2 biggest males out of each zone is a little bit higher. I never herd managed my Grey Wolves, and I managed to spawn a super rare acromelanistic Grey Wolf simply just by shooting the 2 biggest males out of each zone. So, hopefully eventually tar will come to this feeder, but it looks like blue sheep is all that's there right now, so that might be one of those ones where I need to tweak. Actually, nope. The tar is still on their way in. I can almost guarantee you, yeah, I have no zones over there. I can almost guarantee you they're coming into the feeder. I just beat them here. If you're ever at a point where there's no tar at your feeder, the 1 minute trick, just like any other grind, should work quite well. Make sure you main menu after you reset the time, things like that. Always seem to help with consistency, but even if they're not there, you got blue sheep. Man, I swear to you, at every single zone that I spawn in, they're just not to the feeder yet. I just spooked a whole herd of them. Right over there, what are the odds that 1 or 2 of them actually made it into the feeder? 54% bait remaining, so clearly they're here unless it's more blue sheep or something. they're definitely within 400 meters of it. I'm assuming this is all their tracks here, so you might want to just set it to 1030 at that point. Yes, it only gives you 30 in-game minutes, but then again, you're only set up at 8 zones. Looks like this was a huge herd, too. Seen a bunch of females. There's got to be a male or two in there at least. Now, another note, you can also do this exact same method in Te Awaroa. Just run around the mountains at Tahar feed time, look for a zone set up within 400 meters. Te Awaroa is going to be a lot more wide open, but I chose this map because I figured that, well, a lot of us have fallow grinds or red deer grinds set up in Te Awaroa, and although it would be slightly thicker, I've been up in the mountains of Te Awaroa for hundreds of hours, and it's quite thick up there. There's certain points where you can see really far, but also there's certain points where you can see really far in Cinder Patan, you know? Let's see, 54% bait remaining here. Let's go see what we got. Well, there's definitely no tar, but there's something. I almost wonder if I should try another tar feed time. Interesting. Alright, well, definitely got tar here. The only thing is, there's spooking. Tar and a female blue sheep, so we're gonna take both of those. This is that first zone we set up. I would hope these aren't solos. That is, if solos are a thing for them. Like I said, this zone's gonna be kind of rough for shooting. Still managed to get them both, though. I mean, using the 300 on them, there's pretty much nothing that's gonna happen besides immediate death. No matter where you hit them at. But anyways, if you guys are gonna herd manage, and I think that's a rare right there. I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna shoot it and then figure out what their rare furs are. I was never a huge fan of these things until, well, a method like this came into existence. If you are gonna herd manage, what you guys should do is first and foremost pick a feed time. So right now I'm using the 7 to 11 feed time. That's the feed time I chose. Run around and find all of your feed zones, or at least the vast majority of them, at that 7 to 11 feed time, and shoot the 3s and above out of it. Leave the 2s and below. Females play no part at any point. Pick 8 main zones, just like any other grind. Watch one of my herd management guides if you need more detail. In your main zones, every male dies. Eventually, you'll get to a point where diamonds are stacked in your main zones, which will force more small animals onto your map. All of your exterior zones will eventually become shot down, and big males will be forced into your main zones consistently. But with a feeder grind, like the boar grind, or with this grind, I really just don't see a point in herd managing it. Yes, it does increase your chance of a super rare. Yes, it definitely does give you more males, bigger males consistently and more diamonds. But with my boar grind and my wolf grind and all of my recent grinds that I haven't herd managed, I've seen a ton of success in them. And some of the people out there who have extremely herd managed grinds are having extremely abnormally long grinds. Now, in no way would herd management make your grind longer. It is completely random the number of males that you need to kill to spawn a great one. Herd management does not affect that in any way, shape, or form. It's all RNG. And mind you this, yes, technically herd manage would increase your chance of a super rare because you're consistently shooting bigger males. And well, when you spawn a rare fur, the chance of that rare fur coming back as one of those big males that you're shooting consistently is much higher when herd managed, because you're shooting generally bigger animals in general. But a 10 fabled is completely different. It spawns off of random. A 10 fabled can come from a level 1 tar, or it can come from a level 5 tar. It's completely random. The only thing it can't come from is a female. But mind you this, before I find out if this is rare or not, I shot a super rare acromelanistic gray wolf with no herd management whatsoever. I didn't even have all my drink zones discovered. I had 11 drink zones. And also my shortest gray wolf grind ever was 2 kills. 2 kills. Meanwhile, my fallow grind that I had extremely herd managed, my first ever great one was 8,300. Crazy. So this is a black. I believe black is rare for them. Let me just double check. Yes, sir. That is a rare tar right there, boys. Nice 74. Hopefully we get quite a bit of these along the way. That's very, very cool looking, though. Yeah, I really like that. Like I said before, I've never really been too into these things, just because the amount of work that you need to put into the grind really wasn't worth it for me, because I'm not a huge fan of a Great One goat. But now that there's a method that makes them this easy and, frankly, this enjoyable with the 5 that I've killed, I like that. I'd say that's a pretty dang good sign. Now, I'm going to hunt for a few hours and see what I can get done here and just see how consistent the respawns are, maybe tweak a few things around. But realistically, if you're not going to herd manage, even if you are going to herd manage, you're good to go. Go start rotating through those zones that you set up on. I showed you how to find locations to place your feeders. As long as you followed this guide perfectly, you should be able to go start shooting males, test your respawns. For me, so far, they've been consistent. I left and went to driver's training, came back, and I have respawns in almost every single zone I shot tar from. And whether you're not going to herd manage, whether you are going to herd manage, the best thing for you to do right off the bat is start flushing males out of those 8 feeders immediately. Because if a great one's going to spawn, you want it to spawn in these 8 zones, and you want to get diamonds in these 8 zones ASAP if you're going to herd manage. If you're not going to herd manage, you can just shoot the diamonds as they come. There's literally nothing you need to worry about besides shooting and claiming males. Claiming them is very important, as unclaimed males will not come back as a great one. Okay guys, I've made it to 40 kills, and finally, there is something here at this zone. I don't know what it is, but I think I seen like the spooking things off to my right a couple times. I never highlighted what it was or got the track. Ooh, there's a snowy up there. Holy crap, dude. I wonder how much snow leopards we're gonna find doing this method. I got a snow leopard zone, by the way. I think it was, yes, right here, 9 to 12, right on the road, just by looking for my zone. So you're gonna find snowies in the meantime. Look at him. It's spooking a herd of blue sheep here. That's so sick. The Himalayan tiger going aggressive or alert there. I bet he's gonna walk out for us. Oh yeah, they're all taking off. Probably not a good thing for my grind, but so cool to see. Technically, I think that's diamond potential right there, isn't it? And yoink that guy real quick. This zone looks like it's gonna be really good though, man. I mean, even as they get moving here, it's so wide open. I think this zone is gonna be really successful. In general, the more that I kind of run around here and the more I jump between these zones, the more consistent that they're getting. I mean, it's almost like they needed to get warmed up or something. I don't know. Just kind of been jumping around here, and well, the more I jump around, the more I find. Well guys, I can definitely confirm it's been quite a lot of kills at this point, and they're just as consistent as ever. Almost every zone is spawning in consistently. I've reset the time probably, I don't know, at least 10 times now. I would say that that is a massive success. No trophies or anything today, but I mean, approximately 60 kills. Not really much to expect. Oh no, we had that rare. I can take that rare back to the main lodge. I don't have any rare tar in the main lodge. I think I got a diamond or 2 from multiplayer, but not like any rare furs, which are arguably better. But hey, if this video helped you guys out in any way, shape, or form, and you want to help support me in my goal to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2026 as a 16-year-old content creator trying to turn this into my full-time occupation, it would be very, very much appreciated. We're on track to absolutely crush the goal. We should be there by fall. Shoot, dude, we could break 100K this year. Let's get that silver plaque on my wall this year, bro. Maybe I'll do like a 12-hour live stream or something if we can hit it over the summer. But as always, thank you guys all so much for watching. Much love to you guys. Much love to the Squid Gang. Join the Discord server. The link for that is down in the description. There's literally thousands of people in there who'd be more than willing to help you out. Amazing, amazing people. Extremely nice. We are the best Call of the Wild community. The Squid Gang knows it, bro. Join the Discord server. There's a reason why 5,500 people are in there. There's a reason why they all would agree with me. Without further ado, guys, my name is Squid. You're watching Squidster Gaming. We'll catch you guys in the next banger. Peace out, my gamers.